Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
And you say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, that's take my heart out. I love that. Just keep that going. And now she's starting to leave. So far down. Keep falling. Keep falling. Keep falling.
Mr. Lynch lives only blind forever. Good morning, Mr. Simple, Mr. Simple, more 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 simple. It's the month which it's February 25th, 25. So the only 4 days to the end of this February 26, 2026, and it's a Wednesday in Naples. Today are totally clear. Yes, as you can notice on this beautiful planet ocean here made, it's totally clear. Scant oxygen, it's really beautiful, and it also seems there now. So it's between early after 13 and 35 minutes. 66 and 2 Fahrenheit 19 Celsius, and this means it's really cold. Like this is even if you could say also slight spring day. Yes, it's better cities today. In general, this means that this is really cold. Like this is just es fa cool si cazzi cacci se te su for winter prima se stato for se esplosion fi così fa canta de fuori su sentire su che video perché cioè se vede cose la spastama sa sono una meme fo non rimane filo che follow me non la spastama fin che boy se che video perché ma si su altre cose se abbiamo tu now sul video che cammina e tu vivi sai specialmente tu in partito si che si entra fuori prima in Italy se la sono non rimane fin che boy sono boy cioè io suppose indeed giuro, tu hai detto amazing, so se ti senza ma proposto, perché ti è piaciuto, cioè si mettono per paradox to me, and then this you tell the issues of the speaking exam and you since for speaking so soft for some of the adjectives from the auto and then soft to the chef for si piazza. Questi cacci la segreta dei grigi, se ti mi o se film da su un problema no consigli di per se su internet si può solo completion di complema ma non si senza assolutamente ben completi. I'm referring also to to me, in particular perhaps really for this video, for non difficult lesson, people than for serious practice, but true practice particular to show off to fare goal, senza mia sul fare goal, and welcome to winter reports video, that was fatta comment in check aspetta di practice, si chiede veloci di questa parte, questo comment, in asterisk su meno si interessa, di practice, si chiede evito sia, ripeto, di first part di first comment di asterisk, notare su practice, ora non funziona più, vedete, fin che l'altro si fa che fil cool, veramente fin che adesso no, si pensa sempre fin che tanti 3% fil cool. Ora in genere sound me for me what's good. Instead, but the scattered to say for sure. Something just for it's really beautiful, but it's can be feeling some things to this. In EF, finché a temperature di servizio just for 600 Fahrenheit 19 Celsius. But l'importante è che atmosphere ci vedi. Si for today, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Blue skies in once shine was near my head and now I see three things related to the sun generation in particular that now I sing the extract of better the film from classical Korean song solo mie because thing it's became a habit of mine during last past summer and absolutely music che si follow me last past something body so ma tu solo più bello ne solo mia sta in fronte a te o solo mia sta in fronte a te sta in fronte a me sta in fronte a te yes la musica sono melodies si recording perché te su questa scelta che notate sì sarà totally beautiful indeed assumere cioè nel senso che ti increzza la persona di pezzi che si impossibile più della chiesa su questa scienza così adesso until now yes until now ti viene pieno ci giocare su more than this point practically full month ago era really close sono last Saturday October no before the secretary di you know from now and then in Sun Sky for radar 4 hours and I think 20 minutes 15 minutes maximum 15-20 minutes maximum more or less in comparison to Memphis completely different time or my judgment or maybe also or I also use the term schedule but general better see time well so from the mythical winner you have to take in France on the first mix of friends in course in system one and get some also burst the best but you were but looking for the noise it was the beautiful grey curtain beautiful painted in pages di più le pazze perché non riesco a non mi things read mette la serie di una sì che sono come si c'è il punto della first one per fortuna dove vanno da serie come si hanno più canzoni da essere vuole fare shot not for me the shot ne abbiamo in flight finché yes sì dei inflowers anche flowers mixed plants ich not ien bette cioè li bette se shot la di sa fast quattro video which veruca show di dove era scazzo sfiangia scazzo come due quindi un cazzo come di corum sono un rosso da mitico quindi era mitico quindi era mitico room Poi fra due perspective, also from Israel, practical shot similar to classical shot film on the sequel, no, perhaps for Leon November 1, 62, and exactly, but she meant to see for the best scrutiny with the beautiful recruiting, beautiful painted benches, perhaps also for the first scrutiny, also the best recruiting, for Sensitive and remember exactly this, surely the recruiting is stealing of image, and one day, so many times, ora così sì, this shot sorridi, effect of one risk, ora c'è un sonrismo, ma non è saffikizm measure, ma se la little speech center segreto fatto pure su servite di fuori routine di bene se posso dire tutto questo sistema story questo per routine e forse che sempre non exactly now it's e non sono che se c'è edit sono sicuro routine sono per trick expression segreto for five times so there is little speech sentence is but also always better visible for me in its entity in its shot al secondo mitico leggenda shot. Si deve riconosciuto il motivo psicologicissimo questo last ottobre mi importa non che sforzi del truzzo di motivismo non si deve dire più assente su fare un solito su fare lo street capito once che battles always better visible for me it's sentiti in this shot si consigniti con la genere shot and finally from me col keeper magic 40 PG 635 volts di questo spiega shot. Few weeks of another shot, in fact I film it the July 24th was Saturday, through which you can see the actual condition, but actual condition since December 2nd, 2024, where since that moment the actual condition of the keeper, practically the main problem is the fact there is no light, also other little problems are better than the little problem, but the main problem is the fact there is no light, where one day sono aiutami al try to fix it. Getting on the people of the channel, what's the thing about? Somebody missing myself, and also the skis, and finally, I hope you will get the breakfast. It's late in general, so nice, because it's late, my hours and if some meetings the last December 31, in fact, the occasion for this time, it's late in general for the people, or for my record, but not to for us, was for us, so I can't talk about might make breakfast this Albert, at this hour, let's see, between December and January, less since, in fact, February, and then until the other months, and the summer. Yes, but more important is for even driver which is a to serve a concentrated submit to but thinking milk fit and apartment yes to is think that travel is a good man to strategy. I repeat, I do close the Diego. Let's assume a 6 months, not to matter, normally is just for just low or just good 35 minutes. But, the important thing is remember that it's a way also way important to some million. That's the way was to say. Breakfast most links with the food. Absolutely. Since most of them at think more than 1 year. I also lost to one thing like the effect X for a reason. Right? So once the new reason, but one puts the X for a reason, it crashed the week of 10 Friday ago, and it was the 15th so the birds usually red black so white flat 50 morning comparison with those for the yes, in fact, for some aspects, but for some aspects, it remains red to me. For first one, as I was saying, report for the colors up to the if there was red and white, while this was red, black, and also white. Red, black, and also white. All things that perhaps non if you follow me in particular fa conferenza with report for a boy, sono buoni watch my videos, non my videos, non my with reports. Ovvero dei disi uscire in vita nel video. Ma te prima su detto one day quanta persone vediamo ci penso better base detto non c'è stato le sue di speech You just started to see these things in the speech from the shots. Obviously, it's a joke, it's a look at mania. No, batta more than 1 year. And some Fernando Biscuits, the music comes with biscuits. Yes, I think it's one of the best chocolate chip cookies. Or the cookies, the chips, chocolate chips. And if I have to mistake, also have to be Lynch. But in particular, I have two things that you would say red, and if it's one about milk factory to these no shots, not only with the coffee music, but also with chocolate factory for no shit factory with video, the shot, and if think of it once, ci sono di che lo push più di video, sono di tanto better. So someone is quick, si finisce, as if once you brutit, once I think as practically the same period, just for 8 months. And yes, 248, 49 days, but so should be the same time mentioned before, say 8 months. And so since 8 months, I pattern inserted it once again in the milk, so very good news. And this is also taking us back so as a bomb, so it's been a particular mega bomb. So this is the last period, because we're talking about more mania. So of course, many things to first time, so that period. And if in some way, it's told and it's back, it's a mega bomb. Second thing is about CS, and if you're just a corner, and the concealers, to miss at second place position. Perhaps also second first place position with the Bama to get second place position. Because altre place position for me, Italian Bama Dark Shock Chip Series. Fuck, always, I do recommend you because they are super bad. Adesso, tomorrow is supposed to be tomorrow to watching. And now I see two things, better repeat two things for last time, things just before for last time, in fact, this was the first thing of now, the second thing of before, I said before, I showed you the sun and the sun in particular for the first time. Yes, now I said the first thing, I repeat the second thing of before, it was an honest. The first thing, in fact, the sun not only is beautiful indeed, it's a surprise, the sun in sense, this is the second thing, the second thing, it was the third thing I said before, the fact that the person repeats it's impossible, beautifully like this, to kiss the sun, so kiss it once again.